I was talking to one of my buddies from NIU. He's a really good friend, and
Mhm.
his way of living, like I love. Like he's not like entrepreneurial, or he's not like a super go getter. He does really well in his job, and
Mhm.
he like in his mindset, he just calculates what the minimal amount is for him to survive, and he just budgets really hard, and he just wants to live his life. And the most important thing to him is like family and friends,
Yeah.
and he's okay with, not saying like being mediocre, but he's just okay with where he's at. And I'm
Yeah.
just really jealous of that. That's something that I really want to live towards, and also not lose sight of my goals, but also be more present in what's going on. And I don't know, loving myself a little bit more and being more proud
Yeah.
of where I'm at and how far I've come. Instead of always being like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do more, I need to be better.
Hey everyone, welcome to Founders Unfiltered. I'm Alan,
And I'm Eddie.
and this week, instead of unlike previous weeks where we kind of talked about a topic, we're just gonna catch up this week. I realized Eddie and I haven't actually talked about our personal lives in the last few episodes, so that's what we want to do for this today's episode. So let's get straight into it, Eddie. How was your week? Tell us about your week.
My week was really good. Honestly, I don't know, from our last update, I think I was kind of going through something, maybe like a mid-life crisis. I just turned 30 recently.
Hey, happy birthday!
Thank you, thank you. But this week felt really good. I was eating very well. I was getting in my workouts and all my lifts, and I was training a lot too. So overall, I would say mentally and physically, body was feeling great. Got a
Awesome.
lot done this week too, and wrapping up that client that I really don't like. So yeah, overall, like yeah, this week was just about kind of recovering from my depressive mood from the other 2 weeks that I had. How
Yeah.
about you?
Um, yeah, I feel like birthdays always make you pretty reflective, right? Like it's like another year, another, lap around the sun. And it's like
Yep.
you get, I always get very reflective on my birthday and I like tend to like set all these goals and like I'm like every year it's my birthday, I'm meant to reset. But yeah.
Yeah, the
Um,
30th birthday hits different for sure.
yeah, it's a big milestone. You're 3 decades old now.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
yeah. For me, this I think I felt the stress a lot more this week. I also hit a pretty big milestone in my business recently, and the volume from that milestone is definitely catching up. I do have my team who's helping with a lot of the customers, and they're doing a great job. But I think just with so many customers, there's more places for me to fill in. So definitely just working more hours, a little bit more stress. There's, the more customers, more teammates you work with, more effort that it takes to get everybody on the same page.
Mhm.
So that's been a little bit of a mental thing too. It's like, like do we all agree with our project plan? I think I'm realizing I still am very much like a control freak. Like I definitely want to make sure that like our company's branding and our company's like style and how often we like message our customers and in what style, all of that, like that I've built for the last 3 years, I still care about that a lot. And every time you work with new people, there's a process of training them. It's like the company branding and the company like for now marketing's best ways.
Mhm.
So that's been kind of on my mind. And the stress definitely carries over everywhere else. Like I'm very tired. I'm having trouble sleeping. I got the Ultra Human ring, which I don't love wearing too much, but
Mhm.
I'm like trying to track my sleep. Um, so, but overall, it's not a bad thing. We did eat Korean fried chicken over the weekend, which was so good, but my
Nice.
stomach is destroyed. Like this morning, it was not good.
Oh.
So yeah, we don't have it that often anymore. I used to have it like once a month. Now it's like very rarely, but it's tough now. Like yeah, I the food impacts our body so much harder than it used to. I feel like.
I recently downloaded this app called Yuka, something like that.
Oh, I think I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it scans anything that has a barcode and any food out there that, and it just tells you like a score out of 100.
Yeah.
And yeah, the score is usually based on what additives are in there, how much
Hmm.
sugar is in there. And that thing honestly is so clutch. Now I just view things so differently when I'm okay, it takes so much longer at the grocery store now just because I'm scanning things. But I didn't realize how many things in my cabinet were like really bad for you. It is
Mm,
nice actually seeing like the score and then seeing what the additives are that are making that score really negative. Because I mean, you already know like ramen's really bad for you, but
yeah.
all the ramens that I've scanned, sorry, I got fruit stuck in my throat. All the ramens that I've scanned are all 0 out of 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's so many bad additives in there. I can't really name it at the top of my head, but my parents and my grandparents always told me that that's all they ate growing up.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, sure, from a macro perspective, like it's sometimes not bad. It's just like 300, 400 calories.
Mhm.
If you eat it with some chicken or beef, like it's not bad, but it's I'm sure all the chemicals and all the additives that make give it a score, such a low score. It's like
Mhm.
that stuff is what's making us like have bad poops and like bad digestion and like making us feel bloated and all that.
Yeah. I actually want to bring up one of the scores. One sec. I got my app.
Dude, you know what I was thinking? And I'm very glad you're showing us because I actually have my brick with me too. We can start to like plug in some of our favorite products here, you know? And it's like not really an ad, but it's kind of like, like promoting products and brands that we like.
Mhm.
I never want to like be such a like a TikTok shop sellout type of creator. But if you really like the app and like you're paying for it or you have a referral code, yeah, why not? Like show it off.
It's actually free. How do I share it exactly? How do we do
Just
that?
show us your phone.
Oh,
I
you're right.
mean,
Okay.
it won't be clear, but that's
Yeah.
the best we could do easily.
Yeah, I guess so. One ramen that my sister had at their place was the, I don't even know how to pronounce it, the Neoguri.
The noguri,
The Noguri.
bro.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
And
Come
it
on.
has 14 additives that it flagged, and two of them are very high risk. So you can go into more info. The very high risk ones are the sodium phosphate, which is like a
Mhm.
texturizing agent, and then the trisodium phosphate. And you can click into it and see, okay, this additive contains phosphorus, a mineral whose current intake exceeds recommendations and whose excess could disrupt bone mineralization, have detrimental effect on the kidneys, and increase the risk
Yeah.
of cardiovascular disease. So I
Jeez.
think that's just super helpful to see. Now I'm like not eating that stuff. I want to like
Yeah.
throw everything away that's bad in my fridge. So yeah.
Dude, which like that's something I totally would do. I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, if it's not higher than 50, it's gone."
Yep.
Um and it's funny cuz I was actually I was actually thinking about the exact same app idea. I was like, "Is there an app that gives every food a score and then like a healthiness score?" And then it turns out it already existed. So Christine told me about the app and I guess you use it. So
Hmm.
that's cool, but I just texted Christine because Noguri's her favorite ramyun, and that's the one that you showed us. Um, but yeah, I think like finding healthy foods is one thing. The other side of the conversation is like not viewing food as like good or bad, but like it's more about balance and like discipline, I guess.
Hmm.
Um,
For
because I
sure.
think like people who say like if you get so caught up with eating like healthy food, quote unquote healthy food or clean food, but it's like we should be able to eat fried chicken here and there. Like it's not like I'm not gonna
For
have it
sure.
again for the rest of my life. And then when I do eat it, which I tend to do, I don't want to be like, oh, this is so unhealthy, but I'm like eating it as I say that, and like the
Yeah.
next day I'm like, oh, I regret eating that. Like, no, maybe I shouldn't have eaten 5 pieces yesterday. Maybe I should just like order less. Like,
Yeah, for
yeah, you see
sure.
what I mean? Yeah.
I've been trying to find the balance between that because yesterday I just had a tournament and I look on my Whoop on how much calories I expended.
Hmm.
Think it was around 4,000. And it's so hard to fill that. I mean, if you spread it out throughout the day, maybe like through 3 or 4 good meals, but when you expend that many calories and you exercise that hard, you crave unhealthy things. I mean, I don't know, that's for me, right?
Yeah.
And so I was really craving like pad thai after it, but instead I went like a chicken teriyaki with rice, which is kind of,
Hey.
it's not like amazing for you, but it's like better alternative, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
then for dinner, we went to Chef Ramsay's in Naperville. That was fire. I had the I had the smash burger, which isn't the best for you, but it's like a way to replenish those calories that you
Yeah,
expended,
exactly. Exactly.
and then also ice cream. And I don't know, I feel like my body's at a point where if I have one day like that, I don't feel like ass the next. Like I feel great, honestly,
Yeah.
today. Yeah, I don't feel bad. Maybe because I was just replenishing all those calories. But I know what you mean.
Right.
Sometimes some foods do make me feel like ass, and I try to stay away from those,
Yeah.
even though it tastes good.
Yeah. Um, dude, you think you actually burned 4,000 calories? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just an estimate. Whoop, yeah, Whoop is like, it's interesting how it collects data and reads it back to you. I think what they
Uh,
do is they just have so much data collected from so many different individuals, and then they go off height,
mm,
weight, movement, heart rate, all those different metrics, and then it
yeah.
just kind of gives you an estimate off of that. It's not really like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I can see it because I played like maybe 12 games yesterday. And it was very high intensity mixed doubles where like the
Yeah.
guy usually does a lot of the work. So I can see that kind of being true for sure. That was like probably like a ballpark estimate that's most likely true.
Which how'd it go? Like, how did you play? How'd you
Oh,
rank?
yeah, it's a duper 10. So duper 10 means both partners dupers have to be below like a 10.09. And usually like this format was interesting because usually you get a really strong guy, like a 5'2", 5'5", and then you get
Mm,
like a 4'5" girl. I
mm,
played with a 14-year-old Ariana. She's really good. I played like such ass in the beginning because first
no.
4 games don't really matter. It's round robin for seeding. I think
Mm,
the first game I legit missed like 8 or 9 drives. Like I was so in my head. Like shots
wow.
that I don't miss usually, I was like struggling with. And it's
Yeah.
crazy how that happens mentally. I don't know, tournament nerves, and I was just in my head. But we ended up just locking in during playoffs, and then we got third place, which is pretty good because the field was really good too. And it's
Yeah.
kind of sad because we got a bad seeding, and then we knock out people who are top seeds, and it's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just funny how that works. Like we had
Yeah.
such a rough start, and then yeah, we ended up locking in, and I just had to adapt and play with my brain more and focus on the shots that were working.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that like I learned from this tournament. When things don't work, figure out another way.
Yeah.
Because usually my
Dude.
drives are really good. That's one part of my game that like I'm very confident in, and I don't have to think about twice. But I was like so in my head when I missed like 8 in a row, right
Yeah.
into the net in the very same spot. Like,
Dude, I
yeah,
feel
it,
like
it was good though.
tournament
Yeah,
nerves, like, I mean, I've never been as, nearly as good of an athlete as you have been. And when I did play, if I ever got any playing time in sports, it was because we were either up by a lot or down by a lot, like in basketball. But I can compare it to like piano recitals, my
for
nerdy
sure.
version, which like you
Mhm.
practice so much, have it memorized like so solidly, and then in front of a crowd, everything goes out the door.
Exactly.
And I think there's a lot of similarities in that performance aspect where, yeah, like it's like you have to practice, and I think you do a great job of this, of like playing like mock games and
Mhm.
like playing in front of people, and like I think all these tournaments you're practicing, like you have to actually practice playing in front of people in like a high intensity
Yeah,
situation,
because
which is yeah,
there is a huge difference between like tournament reps
yeah,
and rec play. Because rec
mm,
play, there's nothing on the line.
yeah,
Tournaments are just a different monster. And
yeah,
I remember I searched it up on ChatGPT actually because I really dealt with some bad nerves recently,
yeah,
and there's a reason why our bodies kind of react like that.
hmm,
When we're in rec and we're practicing and training and nothing's on the line, our bodies are very loose, lax. and we know how to hit all those shots that we practice, and
You play
in
better,
training,
right? Yeah.
yeah, it's easy. But then once you go into those high pressure environments, your body's not used to it. You
Yeah.
get all this adrenaline pumping through, all these different chemicals pumping through, and that's why there's that term where you call being tight, right?
Oh, I
Your
see. I see.
your body, yeah, is essentially in a different state than you are when you're like training and
Yeah.
relaxed. So when you're tight, obviously, like everything that used to feel good, like it doesn't feel the same,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That
So
makes so much
like
sense.
understanding that really helped me like understand my body a little bit more and how I train. Because now like I try to train like with a purpose and try to replicate it, but you can't really replicate like tournament pressure unless you're
Yeah.
actually in a tournament.
Right. Right.
But you can train enough where it becomes second nature to your body, where it's like you kind of have a baseline. And I feel like raising that baseline for me has definitely helped me out in situations where I'm like super tight. And it
Yeah.
happens, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have like a shot that you completely rely on that's automatic. And sometimes that doesn't even work, you know? So it's like you gotta like adapt. So it's weird.
That's why in like piano, like in like my music studios, piano studios, we every week we just have a mini recital in front of the whole like all the students under that professor.
See that?
Um,
Yeah, that's smart.
and
That's like
like
replicating,
literally,
recital.
yeah. And
Mhm.
every week, like it would just be a disaster. Like I would mess up, I would forget. I like cried after once. It was so bad. But
Mhm.
like I would rather cry in front of our class rather than in front of all my guests and like an audience and
Yes.
like a graduation performance. So
Mhm.
it was
And
good to.
for me, I feel like nerves were never something I really dealt with growing up because, like, I feel like this was more of a recent thing. Maybe I just wasn't aware of it when I was younger,
Hmm.
but I wish, I was more aware of it. Like, like like I wish someone taught me about it. I don't know, like
Yeah, yeah,
talked
yeah.
me through it, like if when I did go through it. Because I feel like I'm like learning about all this stuff recently. Maybe because pickleball is like not my main sport. With soccer, I rarely ever dealt with nerves. I
Yeah,
was always super comfortable, even though I was in a very high stressful like position.
yeah,
Basketball, I was never nervous either, but I think that's just church basketball. It was like for fun.
yeah.
So yeah.
I got nervous during every single games like that. I think
Hmm.
you just have more athletic confidence, I guess.
Hmm.
Might be it. Um, have you? I- I'm asking this to motivate you. Have you gotten first place at a tournament yet?
Yes, I have a few
Okay,
times, but they were
okay,
at lower levels.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. I feel like
No,
yeah. I mean, okay. If you did, yeah, I don't think you've told me that or shared that before. But every time I catch up, you're like, oh, I got second or I got third. I'm like, "Ah, I'm waiting
yeah,
for this man to tell me he got first place.
it's a struggle because I think some guy I was texting, I was asking him for advice. It's like, hey, like, what was your strategy against this player? And that
Mm-hmm.
player has like been destroying me in playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He's he's really good, and I think a lot of it for me is that when I get to the final, I realize I get second place a lot. When I get to the final, I kind of just like relax, as in like I let my guard down. It's like, okay, cool, I made it this far, like I'm good. I never like I feel like I never took the extra step to like really win that final.
I see.
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's just all in my head, but also I've been in really high level tournaments where like I meet like someone ridiculous in the final.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty recently, me and this guy Toby made it to the final, and we're playing an APP Pro that's been getting first place in singles like
Oh, I see. I
consistently.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like in those situations, like okay, like they're
You
better
made
than
it to the
me.
finals. Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I think with other finals that I've made, I think it's definitely like a mental thing. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't really sticking to a game plan. I wasn't like playing smart. I wasn't doing what I did to make it there. I
Yeah.
think I think in my head I'm always like, okay, I made it. Like, cool. I'll get second no
Yeah.
matter what, and I'm just like okay with that. And I need to like lock in at in
Yeah.
the finals. Yeah, I
That
don't know.
mindset, like I'll get
Yeah.
second no matter what, is like could be so like crippling because like it is you already had a great accomplishment. So maybe your
Hmm.
body's like not taking it as yeah, like you said, maybe not locking in as much as like you
Yeah.
need to be one more time.
And I think it might also be a cardio thing too, because these tournaments are so long.
Yeah, I bet.
And I've always kind of struggled with cardio in general. And I know that when my body's tired, my mind isn't, thinking the same,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah,
not on the same level as like how I started. So I've definitely been trying to incorporate more cardio into my workouts, doing both endurance and cardio for my trainings too. And I
nice.
think, yeah, it's definitely been getting better for sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, hopefully, next tournament, I would love to hear you say I got first place. So I'm waiting for that. You actually haven't told me. That's why I asked you.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know, but
Yeah, I think it's because when I was first starting out, I definitely got first place in the lower levels, like four or
okay,
five tournaments. Yeah. And
gotcha.
then I think there's really good competition in Chicago. And I think also for me, I don't really specialize in one event. I'm pretty good all around. I don't really play singles tournaments that often, but I know that like I'll usually place in men's doubles, mixed doubles, and then singles. Not a lot of people do that. Some people just specialize in men's doubles. Some people specialize in mixed doubles. I think for me, I actually like that I'm more all around and that I place in all three divisions instead of just one division. So I think that's one like benefit of me for sure, not getting first place. I know it sucks, but but not getting first place like consistently. I think I'm just growing every aspect of my game,
Yeah,
just trying to grow my weaknesses and yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Dude, I how long have you had the big ass calendar? I just noticed you had it.
I just got it.
Okay, is that for next year?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so for
So
2026.
yep, I
Okay.
I realized that and I was like, oh shoot, I was filling in November, and the days are like one day off.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
really like it because I want to plan out my year and just kind of have a vision board.
Yeah.
I also started decorating my office a little bit because there was nothing on the walls, and
Yeah.
Kate's like, "You need to change that."
I started decorating my room a little bit, like to kind of slowly get it to a place that I've always wanted to.
Yeah,
So obviously I have my calendar, and I ordered my next year's one too. It should be coming soon.
I
I
was
have
gonna ask,
uh-huh.
what are the color codings? I know, like you can do
It's
it like
it's like
your
it's up
own
to
way.
you, but yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I choose red as birthdays, and then
Okay,
everything else is just vacation. It's just you run out of one color because I do a one post-it for every day that we're on vacation.
gotcha. Okay,
So then I just ran out of the yellows. That's why I started using like purples and oranges.
hmm,
I
gotcha.
might have made like my own special color coding system, but it's
Yeah,
just yeah, red for birthdays and everything else. Yeah,
hmm, gotcha.
yeah,
And the blues on your thing is weekends. I'm assuming. Yeah, it is,
yeah.
right?
It's
Okay,
just like
yeah,
how you have dark grays. Blues are
yeah,
my weekends. Yeah.
gotcha.
I got my IKEA light, which I also hooked it to a smart outlet, so it's like voice controlled, which is really cool. And it turns on every day at 6 a.m. Oh, I
Did it
don't know
just
why
turn
that
on?
turned off. Oh my god. It turns on every day at 6 a.m., like which is when I wake up. So it's like on when I'm up. So like I'm not waking up in the darkness.
Hmm.
I have my vision board from New Year this year over there. I have like my Legos and my Pocky collection. So yeah, I'm starting to decorate a
Noise.
little bit.
How's marathon training going?
It's good. So it's been raining in LA all weekend. So I
Okay.
actually, which night worked out nicely because I was also starting to feel really tired and like I think all the workouts were catching up and same with the work stress. So I was supposed
Hmm.
to run 12 miles yesterday, but I just didn't do it. I skipped it. I did go to the gym instead, but I was also ahead of schedule, so I knew that I could have one or two of these like skips in my training. But honestly, it's going pretty well. Last week I ran 11 miles and felt pretty good. So yesterday was supposed to be 12. It's just a lot. Like I'm running 3 times a week, which is still not even the full running schedule, but I have like a short, medium, long run. So 3 miles
Hmm.
on Tuesday, like 6 miles on Thursday, and then like 12 miles on Saturday.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
like to run 3 times a week, because on the off days, I'm going to the gym still. I still want to lift. So I lift Monday, Wednesday. Friday's supposed to be my break day, but we still went to the gym this Friday, I think. Or no, 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 maybe I skipped it. And then Sunday, which is today, like I might try doing something after this. I might just go for a long walk with Christine. But yeah, working out every day like catches up to you for sure. Yeah.
Nice. Because I was gonna say I ran recently,
Mhm.
and I didn't stretch or anything. And right
Oh,
after, I had these like knee pains. It's like, oh my god, like
dude.
running is so tough on the body. So I
Yeah.
can't imagine running 12, 13 miles.
I think warming up is really important, is what I realized. And then afterwards, stretching the quads, your hamstrings, and your hips are so important too.
Hmm.
Yeah, you have to just stretch. So, yeah.
And recently, I've been going through this really bad lower back problem, and I think
Mm,
it's linked to my glutes not
mhm.
activating, like certain
Yeah.
parts of my glutes. I thought it was because I was getting old, but I think it's very sport specific because I never
Oh,
had
yeah.
that problem in soccer.
Okay.
And I noticed that even younger kids are having that problem too. Like they're always complaining about their lower back. And it's
Because
like
you're
you're
like dinking all the time, right? You're like
staying
getting
low and
over.
hard
Yeah.
ground. Yeah. And just, yeah, for sure. The impact is definitely tough on your
Yeah.
body. And I noticed like even these 18 to 20-year-old kids are having lower back problems. So I
Yeah.
think it's definitely sport specific
These kids should
for
be like
sure.
rubber. They should not be having pain at
Exactly.
that
I
age.
never had
Yeah.
any problems during that age. And I
Yeah.
think mainly that's because soccer was my main sport.
Sure.
And that's like on grass, turf. So that was
Yeah.
always easy on the body. Yeah. One
Oh
thing I was
man.
just thinking about.
Yeah. Definitely gotta.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
this is the
Oh,
only way
okay.
to.
Yeah,
And I'll,
yeah. That's pretty
yeah.
dope. I
Yeah.
think I need that. So I recently posted a video, and I think every time I check social media, I'm always updating to see how many views it gets, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so toxic. Like I need to stop
It's
that. Like I just need to like leave my phone alone. Oh my god.
dude. Do you want to check a
Mhm.
different? Like, forget that I just closed it. I'm like,
Yep.
dude, I'm going crazy. I'm like, I literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is the brick?
Go too, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right.
tossing the teeth.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'm gonna
pretty
hold you
good.
to that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
remind you, like,
Yeah.
yo, where's my birthday gift?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It
Not,
just
yeah,
comes.
yeah. No, that contract is going till the end of the year. I think I
Hmm.
just finished one of their biggest deadlines, so now it's
Hmm.
like a huge weight off my back.
Hmm.
I think when I was going through it, I was going through that kind of like hump. I was just feeling really depressed during that time. I think the client work was a huge cause of that.
Hmm.
And I told like my recruiter, like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And the recruiter just kind of like did whatever they can to keep me on. And long story short, I got my rate like increased by a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they really needed to please this client because they were
Yeah.
owned by because my recruiter and this client that I was working for is owned by the same like private equity company.
Hmm.
So the recruiter was just doing whatever he can to make it work. And I was telling him like, dude, like mentally, like at the cost of my mental health, like I don't want to do this project anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just kind of told me like, dude, I need you. And once he raised my rate, I was like, okay, fine, I'll stay. But I was still kind of miserable. And then
Yeah.
now it's almost done, hopefully. It's just here and I think the hard part is over. So now I'm just supporting them till like end of this year, and then I
Yeah.
think I'm done with them.
Dang, dude. You have,
Yeah,
which could
it
be a good
helped
thing.
for
Like, it might
sure.
make
Yeah,
sense,
yeah,
better on your mental health.
exactly. It
Yeah.
compensated me for all my stress. So at
Exactly.
the end of the day, I'm not mad. I'm just happy that I got through it.
Yeah.
It helped now that I'm like freed up. I've been able to focus a little bit on the real estate. Just recently solved the problem that, like with the thermostat, that
Mm.
was like a huge weight off my back too, because we have boiler heating, which is radiator heat,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's not zoned. So the thermostat's only in unit one, and unit two doesn't get any readings. So with boiler heating, it's not like forced air heating where heat rises. It takes time for the boiler and the water boiler to push through hot water through all the
Uh-huh.
radiators. So
Uh-huh.
unit one gets warm first, and then unit two gets warm.
Okay.
So our current system, we had like a two-wire system that didn't
Uh-huh.
involve like a C wire that powers like smart thermostats. And
Okay.
smart thermostats are the ones that can connect to sensors, right? And so I was trying to do like that installation by myself, but I failed so bad because it was way over my head because there was a lot more wiring that needed to be done.
Uh-huh.
And so hiring a technician or finding someone that could do that job was pretty tough too, because not a lot of people
Mm.
wanted to touch the boiler in an old
Sure,
system.
sure.
Yeah. But last week, it was just nice like being able to focus on that because I feel like I've been so busy with client work that I haven't
Yeah.
been able to do anything with the multi-unit.
Yeah.
And that actually took like 4 hours because the old setup was using an Ethernet cord, like
Oh.
internet
Yeah,
cords
yeah.
as thermos wire, like for the thermal wiring.
What?
Yeah, it was using an Ethernet cord, like an old Ethernet cord. Maybe they were just too lazy or they didn't have enough wire.
Uh-huh.
So when he set up the smart thermostat and did the relay and all the wiring to power the smart thermostat, like the adapter, the smart thermostat was trying to signal to the boiler to turn on, but it wouldn't because the Ethernet cord was too thin and it wasn't like what I mean. Like it was just. Then we had to replace the Ethernet cord, and it's like I don't know. The real estate is like hard to deal with, but
Uh-huh.
I think just now with the client just freeing up, I'm gonna be able to focus more on the real estate, which is
Yeah.
nice because I still need to get the basement unit done too.
Yeah.
I've been slacking so hard on that. Man,
Dude, but
yeah, it's crazy how much I'm learning because old
yeah.
buildings, old wirings. But yeah, I think I just wanted to vent a little bit because that was a huge challenge that I just got over last week. So
Yeah.
now, like smart thermostats all in there, I can control with my phone. The sensors in the second
Oh,
floor, so the heating's working
amazing.
fine. Yeah, it's
Amazing.
amazing. Yeah, and I'm actually going to Florida tomorrow, so
Ooh.
now I can just like not worry about that. Yeah. I was originally gonna go to visit Kate's mom,
Uh-huh.
but I decided to go earlier to play a tournament. Yes.
So Kate's going
Just,
too then, but she's joining you
yeah,
later.
Kate's going on Friday. It's annoying because pro qualifiers are so earlier in the week.
Uh-huh.
So it's on Tuesday. So I'm flying in Monday to play Tuesday, and then I'm just gonna watch Wednesday, Thursday the
Okay.
pro events, and then I have a friend that's playing in the pro event too on Thursday, so I'm excited to watch that too.
Yeah.
So it should be fun. Yeah, yeah, either that or Airbnbs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I stacked up a lot of points when I was at Accenture because I was
Uh-huh.
traveling a lot. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I've been able to use a lot of those points to book stays
Nice.
for like through the Bonvoy app. So that's been
Yeah.
clutch. And then
Speaking of,
also, what's
oh
up?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're trying to fly Korean Air business. Um
It's amazing. I did it once.
oh really? Ah,
It's
dude.
unbelievable.
I
Yeah,
can't wait. Yeah, we
it's
have the
crazy.
and
Okay,
then
really?
and we
Wow. Yeah. Damn.
that's
Wait,
what we need to
really?
do to make it work. Yeah.
Oh my
80K
god.
Korean.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Damn.
80K round
I
trip by the way, but
Yeah, no, it's so expensive, but so worth it. I don't know.
yeah.
It's hard to justify that much, but it is like an experience that you guys haven't done Korean Air yet, right? Business
We haven't done
class?
Korean
No.
Air actually
Yeah,
13
exactly.
hours. Yeah.
Being able to
Um
lay down, get like a full course dinner. The
yeah.
snacks are crazy. Like one of the snacks was shin ramen, but they put
Yeah.
like squid in it, and
Oh my
it was oh my god, it
gosh.
was
So
amazing.
crazy.
They treat you
Yeah.
like royalty there, and everyone's so
Yeah.
nice. The staff is super kind, and yeah, it's definitely something you guys are gonna love. Something you got
Yeah.
to experience once in your life for sure.
So we're working
You're
that
crazy.
we still
Business
need more
class?
time to work on. Yeah,
Okay.
we so
Whew.
we're
You
just
guys are
booking our
nice.
flights first, but we'll
Hmm.
see what so
That's hella nice of y'all.
yeah, I know. We're very nice
Oh man.
people.
Hmm.
So yeah.
One other thing I did want to talk about
Yeah.
is I don't know if you've been listening to the Diary of CEO, the Stephen Bartlett guy.
Mm-mm, I haven't.
He mentioned that he created like this financial dashboard that just kind of
Mm,
helps him keep track of all his assets and all his investments. And I wanted to do that too in combination of my expenses. And I
mm,
recently just created it with my stocks. So I was trying to make it as dynamic as possible with the least amount of maintenance. So I use Google Sheets.
mm.
Let's see, I don't want to like flex my numbers, but yeah, I use Google Sheets to calculate all the stocks and the returns and what the
Yeah.
current value is. And then for the properties, I just asked ChatGPT to help me calculate my estimated equity value,
Yeah.
And currently, my summary, I would with stocks and real estate. So my portfolio is 45% stocks, 55% real estate, and
Mm.
it's at 312K.
Oh,
And
snap.
I think Steve was like saying like how he keeps track of this number and he
Mm.
maintains this kind of sheet like regularly just so he can see that number and see it grow.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see why he does that, because now that I'm like seeing this number, it helps me and encourages me to get things done. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like to work towards something. Because
Yeah.
before I didn't know what the value of my like expected equity was in the real estate, but actually seeing the numbers, I'm like, okay, wow. So this is what I'm building towards.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, I just wanted to bring that up to the viewers or the audience. Keep track
It's
of your finances, y'all.
for
Yeah.
sure. It's like it's so
Mhm,
so
mhm,
like
mhm. That's
it's
insane.
such like on the other hand, but
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
doing
Yeah, yeah.
and not
Mhm,
the
mhm.
but
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's
uh
awesome, man.
yeah.
Mhm.
Growing in terms of like our business recurring
Business.
revenue.
Yep, yep,
I
exactly.
will
Mhm, mhm,
and
mhm.
I can
Yeah, for
potentially
sure.
save once I get
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mhm.
because like
For
one
sure.
pro
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
And I would say for your way, the trade-off is a lot higher.
Mhm, mhm.
100%. As
Yeah.
in, obviously, like it is possible that you could fail. I don't want you to
Yeah,
fail.
yeah. The
But
risk is
your
there for
upside,
sure.
yeah, your upside is kind of crazy, because if you
Yeah.
can get that 100K and raise that 100K and then also scale that as well, where you're making that much money, not having to do the same amount of work that you were doing kind of like 4 or 5 years ago, doing it all on your
Mhm.
own too,
Yeah.
and just building like a repeatable process. Man, yeah, you're gonna blow my number out the window. Because I think mine, I'm just slowly growing off. So the two real estates, right, is my townhome, and that's
Yeah.
just monthly payments. I'm not gonna put in any extra. And then and then the multi-unit. So I think the multi-unit for sure, I'll start stacking a little bit more equity and profit once I
Yeah.
get the basement rented out.
Yeah.
But I think in order to grow this number like exponentially, I need to stack more real estate, or I need to go into business like you are right
Yeah.
now. But luckily, yeah, I think for me, the goals are a little different for sure.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think we're on two different paths right now.
For sure. We're like
Yeah.
a turtle and the rabbit. At least
Mhm.
build
I
it
wouldn't
become
say you
something.
have nothing,
I
right?
wouldn't say I
Yeah.
have nothing,
You,
but my like
if anything, yeah,
savings, yeah.
your value would be like a discounted cash flow method, whereas
Yeah, yeah,
mine,
yeah.
yeah, mine
Sure.
is just kind of like assets that are, I don't know what mine would be, honestly, but you're right. I like that analogy with the turtle.
Yeah.
Like slowly growing but surely. But
Yeah.
yours, I would say, it resonates a lot with this book that I read, Millionaire Fastlane, right?
Okay.
His whole theory, or his whole thing about his way of seeing wealth, is that he doesn't want to get rich slow and then and try to enjoy it in retirement or in his
Mm,
60s or 70s. He wants to get rich now and enjoy the money in his 30s and 40s, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. And I honestly think that your way is that way to go for
Mm.
sure. I
Let's
think
hope
for
that's the
me, yeah.
case.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
hope.
I believe in you, bro. Dude, honestly, like 100K a month, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Thank you.
insane.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's such a good, like, huge milestone. I'm really,
Yeah.
like, really proud of you. And with that, I think it just comes with a lot of growing pains, right? That
Yeah.
you're kind of going through right now. But
Yeah.
that's just another challenge in itself that I know you're gonna get through too.
Feel like
Yeah, yeah.
so now we
And
gotta
I'm
figure out how to
curious.
not be stressed.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I think I listen to a lot of podcasts that CEOs kind of talk in and very successful people talk in, and they always mention that they have this kind of disease where they're never satisfied.
Mm.
So
Oh,
even though they get to a point where they accomplish like what they wanted to do, they
yeah.
still feel like dead inside, and they still feel like they need to do more, even though they
Yeah.
have everything that they could ever wish for.
Yeah.
What number would that be for you where you're like, okay, I'm good? Or what
Yeah.
thing would that be for you where like, okay, I think I'm just gonna relax and maybe I'll spend my next 20 years on vacation or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Such a good question. We
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
and
Mhm.
I
Yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah,
otherwise,
for sure.
yeah.
That's one thing I've been trying to really balance with
Yeah.
trying to live in the moment, and
Yeah.
also, putting in the work to live a good life and not
Yeah.
have to work my whole life. I think when I was kind of going into like my little depressive state, or like my midlife crisis, I was talking to one of my buddies from NIU. He's a really good friend, and
Mhm.
his way of living, like I love, like he's not like entrepreneurial, or he's not, like a super go-getter. He does really well in his job, and
Mhm.
he like in his mindset, he just calculates what the minimal amount is for him to survive.
Yeah.
And he just budgets really hard, and he just wants to live his life. And the most important thing to him is like family and friends.
Yeah.
And he's okay with, not saying like being mediocre, but he's just okay with where he's at.
Yeah.
And I'm
Mhm.
just really jealous of that.
Yeah.
That's something that I really want to live towards, and also not lose sight of my goals, but also be more present in what's going on, and I don't know, loving myself a little bit more and being more proud
Yeah.
of where I'm at and how far I've come. Instead of always being like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do more, I need to be better. So yeah.
Yeah.
Never,
There's
right?
always so much to do tomorrow.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's really
exactly.
winning. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
it's kind of like who has the problem here? Is it him or is it us?
yeah. 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 So
Because in my head, it's like, like, why wouldn't you want to, keep growing, keep improving?
right.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
But that's not always necessarily like the right answer. Like, who
Yeah.
knows who's on the right path
Yeah.
for sure. So,
So
yeah.
yeah, maybe something
Yeah,
to keep
for
in mind.
sure.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Should we wrap it up here?
Yeah. Let's do
All
it.
right. Thanks everyone for listening to Founders Unfiltered. If this helped, follow and subscribe and drop a comment with what you want next. And yeah, thank you everyone. We'll see you on the next episode.